let's go back into define menus. Pick the menu that we're working with. And remember, I just said it's very important to put headings on all the files you might enter so that people know what they are. Because you're going to the clerk menu and all the clerk menus would look the same. If you put a heading there on top of it, it helps a lot to let people know where they are actually sitting. What other things? Do we have to put an A here? Does this first choice have to be A? No, let's call that C for customer file. That's fine. Let's see, what other kinds of things can you put on a menu? You could actually put things like a report. You might want to run a report. Let's call this R. Run daily report. Maybe, and that again you would put /fp because that's where the Filepro knows where to find its own files. And in this case, it's not clerk. Filepro uses a file called dreport. Dreport, file name might be VG customers. And in here we want to put the name of the output format we want. So that would be F for format, and maybe it's called daily. And then we want to say, well, which records do we want to put on this report? Let's put all records on that report. Very simple. That would run that report. And I'm going to just tell you a little secret that you should always put on every report you run if you want to run it pretty easily, a -U. That means something about unlocking the file, and I'll explain to you what that does very, very clearly in upcoming lessons. But we might put as a title here, runs an output report. Or we could actually be very specific. We could say runs the daily report. Prints on the central printer in Maggie's office. Okay? You can be very specific or not as you want with these messages. That's running a report. Notice this FP again is very important. This will also work in Windows like this. The / will work on both Windows and Unix menus. This gets you into inquire, update, and add. This runs a report. You pick the file name after the program. This is the program, the report program. Then you pick the file name, whatever file name it is. Then you pick the name of the format by putting a -F option, and then put the name of the format. And you put what records do you want to run? You might want to say, don't select all records. Use a selection set called, maybe it's called daily. Okay, then put your -U. Now you're just going to pick the records that are in that selection set, and you'll all remember what selection sets are from taking the tutorial program. What else can you do on a menu? Well, heck, you can do just about anything that the operating system command level will let you do. We can also use 1 as a choice. We can use 1 through 9 and 0. 0 can be a choice, although it looks a lot like O. Much better to use a little O if you want to do that, or there's a capital O. Very hard to tell the difference on some systems. But you can use all the way down to Z, A through Z, 1 through 9. You can actually use semicolon if you want a semicolon to be the choice they see. Or you can use, I believe you could use even some others. A lot of the punctuation will actually work on this as a choice. Can you run actual programs? Well, actually, yes, you can. Let's do this. Let's put a W. And in fact, let's space down and put a W 1 space lower. And what do we want to run here? Let's run WordPerfect. Can we do this? So it happens that I'm running on this system, WP, I'm not going to put a long description. WP will call up WordPerfect. Let's go G and run this user menu. Okay, you see that there's a space that I put in between the R and the W. Let's try W. There you go, took us right into WordPerfect. Now when they're done with WordPerfect, they exit the program, say yes, they're back on their menu. So you can totally control a user's environment with Filepro menus. Are very, very useful. If you put something on a menu choice that isn't going to work right, well, first of all, this one we know is inquire, update, and add. This takes us right into the clerk menu just right. This one, if we press enter on it, it's going to stop and say something's wrong, because we haven't designed any output formats yet, so there are no output available for VG Cust or whatever. Takes you back. You have to make sure that what you put on a menu works properly. Okay, I'm going to back out of here and I'm going to get my colors back. WordPerfect eats colors. Okay, I'll go back into the menu. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to show you a little bit more about Filepro menus and what you do if you have to run multiple commands or very long commands that won't fit across one line.